Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Lewis, bringing you back a brand new video. Oh God, my bad. Um, I don't know why I'm speaking so low, but anyway, guys, what's going on, guys? This is your boy Lewis, bringing you back a brand new video. In today's video, we're gonna be reacting to Mr. Nightmare's new video. Well, this video came out like a day ago, and I just never had a chance to react to it. And now, since I have time, it's about like I don't know 1:41 in the morning. I had nothing else better to do. I couldn't sleep. Might as well listen to the new video that just came out. Hopefully, it's good. And yeah, let's get right into the video, guys.
It was a
I'm so sorry. What's it called? Four short true stories. Okay, so it's just four scary ass stories that's about to wake my ass up.
Friday or a Saturday night. I was pre-gaming with some friends at my apartment before going out to a bar in town. One of my friends called the Uber, and we were all pretty drunk, laughing and being loud with typical drunken banter. We got to the bar, and no line that night, surprisingly. At some point in the night, I asked for a girl's number who I'd been talking to.
Oh,
I went
okay.
into my pocket to get my phone. I realized I didn't
Ah,
have it
this
on
fucking
me.
soundtrack, dude.
I checked all my pockets and confirmed this. I tried retracing my steps in the bar and asked each bartender if someone turned in a phone. I didn't remember even using my phone the whole time I'd been out, though. I stepped outside the bar with one of my friends to use his phone to call mine. Someone picked up on the other end. I heard the fiddling of the phone, but they didn't say anything. I said, "Hi, where'd you find this phone?" Just breathing on the other end. I asked them if
Fuck.
they were at the bar, but they hung up on me. I looked at my friend and tried calling again.
Ah, shit,
Went
it
straight
traced
to
your ass.
voicemail, though. I tried using Find My iPhone, but apparently I had that feature switched off for some reason.
Nope, always had that
This
bitch
was a
on.
pretty sobering experience. There was no way I could have fun knowing my phone was stolen. My friends told me just worry about it tomorrow. Go to the police station and get their help in tracking it. I went home early that night. I put a couple slices of bread in the toaster before bed and found my phone on the kitchen counter. It didn't make sense. I signed into it and checked my recent minutes. Indeed, someone accepted the call, and it lasted for 25 seconds.
Oh my god.
Someone had been in my apartment to accept the call. That much was clear. I flipped the place upside down looking, screaming for whoever it was to come out from where they were hiding. Of course, this had a lot to do with the liquid confidence from drinking so much that night. I finally called the cops, but considering there was no real proof of any forced entry, and places to hide are basically non-existent in this apartment, they couldn't do anything besides a police report. Nothing seemed to be missing.
Yo, I heard something, bro. Shit scared me.
Going to sleep that night, knowing someone had been in my apartment, or even worse, might possibly have still been in there with me, was probably the most uncomfortable night of my life.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
I was 17 years old, and this happened on a late summer night. My dad and little brother had gone to a Boy Scout campout. My dad was one of the scoutmasters. I was home alone with my mom for the weekend. She was already in bed at this point. It was
Nice
about 2
setup,
in the
yo.
morning,
What the hell?
and I was just
Dope
finishing
ass
up my
setup.
late night gaming.
Yeah, that's
I had
nice.
to go to the bathroom one more time before going to sleep, though. While sitting on the toilet playing games on my phone,
The hell?
I heard the faintest little tap on the bathroom door.
Oh, hell no.
"Mom, was that you?" "Mom," I yelled.
You wanna know what's fucking funny? I just went to go use the bathroom right now, and like as soon as I came out, my mom was outside. I was like, she scared the fuck out of me, and I scared her too because we both didn't know we were like about to interact. And then as soon as like she saw me, like it was dark as hell. Like right now it's so dark, and she was like, "What the fuck?" Like, "Sorry, mom." And then yeah, that's what happened. So this is a I can't say that word. Co- coincidence, I think. Con co- coincidence, yeah, that.
It wasn't windy or anything. There didn't seem to be any logical way to dismiss it. I slowly and nervously opened the door, but there was nobody there. However, my bedroom door was now shut. I was certain I hadn't shut it. I went over to my mom's room and told her that I thought somebody was in my room. She didn't take me seriously. told me that she didn't know what to tell me. I tried to convince myself that maybe I did shut my door. I opened my door feeling extremely freaked out, and when I snuck a peek into the room, I felt like my heart exploded inside of my chest. I could see a hand sticking out from behind the dresser in the corner of my room. Somebody was hiding there. I ran to my mom's room and locked the door behind me. After quietly freaking out, telling her there's a man in the house, she finally believed me and went straight to my phone to call the cops. I put my ear up against the door to try and hear anything going on outside. I eventually heard the man's footsteps come out from my room and slowly come closer to my mom's room until making it right outside the door, then stopping. I could see the outlines of his shoes through the bottom crack of the door. He tried the doorknob, but thankfully it had a lock. It seemed the lock was enough to persuade him to give up, because I heard him stomp down the stairs and out the front door. I hurried to the window to see which way the man was heading, but he was already gone.
Shit, that was weird. Oof, that was good. That was good. Pretty good.
When I was younger, 10 years old at the time, my mom had just started letting me stay home alone. We had been watching my mom's friend's dog while they were on
Yeah, my
vacation.
mom used to let me stay by
My
myself
mom
by the
worked
time I was like
weekends,
7.
So she told me that they would come around back since the dog's cage was right next to the back door, and that I would have to
Shit.
let them in. I sat in the den by the back door, with the dog by my side while I watched TV. He then started to growl and bark, while looking out the window to the dark. I tried to see what he was barking at, but it was too dark. Of course, I assumed it was my mom's friend coming to pick up the dog.
Yeah,
I went
Avi.
over to the door with the dog following me and turned on the patio light. I couldn't see anyone out there at first, but the dog was still barking. I made sure to peek at every corner of the yard, but then I saw someone at the garden by our shed. It looked like my mom's friend. They seemed to be bending over, picking something up. I assumed she was admiring my mom's garden or something logical. I then received a disturbing phone call. I prioritized answering the phone.
Hey,
My mom
I'm
was stricter
not
on
gonna
me
be
always
there.
answering the phone when I was home alone.
Hey, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna make it.
I
Maybe
left the dog to continue barking by the door. as
answer
I
the
picked
phone.
up the phone,
Like,
hoping it was my
like.
mom. And it was.
He was like,
She
the ladies
told
are
me that
coming.
her friend wasn't going to pick up the dog that night, as they wouldn't be getting home until past midnight. I began to stutter, as the pure horror prohibited me from speaking coherently. I managed to finally blurt out that someone was in our yard, and my mom started screaming like a lunatic. She told me to get up to my room, lock the door, and hide under the bed while my mom called the cops. I obeyed and laid there in silence for a good 10 minutes, until I got a knock at the door. I sprang up and out of the room, making it halfway down the stairs, when I saw a face looking in through the window of our
Oh
front
no,
door.
no! Don't put a
This
picture.
face, a guy
Don't put a
staring
picture.
right at me.
He's gonna put a picture.
A face so unsettling
Oh
that
my
it
god! Oh
disturbed
my god!
me
He's gonna
thinking
put a
of it
picture.
today.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm
I
ready.
screamed at the guy that the police were on their way.
Ready,
He
dude.
didn't move. He insisted on just staring at me like a statue.
Come on, come on. Put the picture.
I ran all the
There's
way
a
back
picture, right?
upstairs,
Come on.
tripping twice, and back to my room.
Ah, I thought there was a picture.
I waited
I was
another
so
few
ready.
minutes before another knock came at the door, followed by a muffled shouting noise. It was the police this time.
Oh,
They scanned the whole premises, but the guy was gone. They took me into custody until my mom arrived at the station. After that incident, she started having a babysitter watch me again, all the way until I was 12.
damn, that's crazy, bro. Some scary shit, bro. Gotta be careful with you, that
A
guys.
long time ago, my girlfriend and I were looking for a private place to be alone together since our parents were always home. There was a vacant house on the corner of our block that hadn't been owned for years. The back door was always left unlocked. I would know because my friends and I had been in there before. We went in through the back, but before we could even get upstairs, there was a knock at the front door. We looked at each other with worry.
Like,
What if
the
someone
fuck?
had caught us sneaking in? She peeked out the window, but there was no one on the stoop. She made sure that the door was locked before turning back to me. I assured her it was just some kids playing Ding Dong Ditch. She made it only halfway up the stairs.
Who the hell
before
still
the
plays
frantic
that
knocking
shit?
on the door came back. She checked the window again. The porch was still empty. She opened the door this time and still couldn't see anyone. I wanted to look tough to impress her, so I stepped outside and yelled at the pranksters to try it again. I shut the door and waited behind it, hands on the doorknob, ready to throw the door open. I just waited there for at least a minute, and I was about to just forget about it when I heard the blood-curdling scream of my girlfriend. I turned to see what she was screaming at, and I screamed as well.
I hate when he does it. I hate when he does it. I hate when he does
Just
it.
barely in the dark, we could see the silhouette of a huge humanoid figure.
I'm ready for
very
the picture.
slowly making its way down the stairs. It was moving
Come
and
on,
hovering
where's the
like a
picture?
motion.
Mr.
We ran
Nightmares
past
always
it,
do
shoved an
scared
arm through
pictures
it, and
that
left the
make me
house the
jump
way we
scared.
came. We ran all the way back to my house, both of us out of breath. We know it couldn't have been an old person. They had to be at least 7 feet tall. Nobody was supposed to be living in that house, though. I even asked a friend living across the street from the house, and he said it had been vacant for years. The ghostly way the figure moved made it all the more disturbing. We both agreed to keep quiet about this story, but I still occasionally have a nightmare or bad thoughts about that night.
Okay, so my rating from this is okay. Number one, number four. It has to be the second story. I forgot literally what it was just about. Number three, I think it's gonna be the number three. It's gonna be the babysitter. Yeah, with the kid and the babysitter. Number two is gonna be this one, and number one is the first one for me. Number one really got me, and number two, this one, this really got me with the girl screaming. It was just the scary stories in general. Yeah, I've had some experiences with with the alone thing. I think there was this one time where I was alone by myself, and my parents they left me, and I don't think my sister was born at. No, I'm stupid. She was, because I was four, and I think all three of them left, and I was by myself. It's not really like if somebody came. I just felt like somebody. You just always have that sense that whenever you're home alone and you hear something or you sense something that you're not alone at times, then that shit just gets to you, bro. I think that traumatized me since I was like 12, because I think back when I used to live like back in New York, I remember I would walk out the door and then my room, and then I just feel like somebody's there, and I just lock myself in because it was so dark and stuff like this. I mean, if I listen, actually, I think I'm low-key scared as fuck to even go out my door now. So I'm still traumatized to this day. But yeah, it was really good, Mr. Nightmare. Good stuff, man. Glad I reacted to this. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna end the video here, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna leave the original link in this channel down in the description below. Leave a like and subscribe if you're new. And see you guys in the next video. Peace out.